What was the main thing you learnt about in yesterday's RE lesson?
I think I learnt about how our remembrance had such a close connection to Christianity, and how Jesus sacrificed himself for the world, and how the soldiers sacrificed themselves for each other or their country.
And what helped you to learn that?
I think it was probably the quote, no, it wasn't the quote, the speech that Jesus gave from the Bible. I think it was, love one another as I've loved you.
And how did you know that you'd actually learned something?
Because we were able to present it into a poster or a poem or something on the computer that we could show the class. And
So what did you produce?
a poster
I did a poem.
with a poem in it. So,
And which bit of that poster shows me that you've actually learned something?
well, this bit and probably this bit as well. Soldiers die for us like Jesus died for the world. We should remember.
And why did you write it like that? What is that?
We thought if we could do it in quite a short poem, if we could connect it to the, if we could connect the soldiers fighting and protecting us and themselves, and Jesus dying for his friends.
So what form of poem did you use?
A haiku.
And you chose that yourself?
Me and my friend, yeah.
And what else did you write?
There's a paragraph about how Wolf wrote about how it connected.
How does that help you with your writing?
Helps me because I'm able to read it and I can put it into my own words and make up poems or presentations out of it.
So giving you that choice helps you?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you read that out for us, please?
Okay. Christians feel close to Remembrance Day because when Jesus was about to be put on the cross, he quoted, "Love one another just as I have loved you. The greatest love a person can have for his friends is to give his life for them. This means that you should sacrifice yourself for your friends as soldiers as soldiers in the wars did."
So that recording in RE, how is that going to help you in your English?
Because I'll be able to remember it and be able to write good pieces of work like this and put it into detail and description.
So you're going to be able to improvise?
Yes.
Okay. And how do you think your learning in RE is going to improve? Or how do you improve your learning in RE?
I like doing things like making things with friends, like me, Victoria and Charlotte. We made like a big poster with a poem on it, and we made it rhyme, and that helped me remember it.
Okay. But when you're thinking about your book, how do you know what you need to do next?
Well, you would mark it, but then
Okay,
also
so when I mark it, do I just put a tick there or do I write something?
no, you write something.
And what do I ask you to do when I write something? Do I just say you've done really well, or do I ask you sometimes to do something else?
Well, they mark it, and like here, they asked me why Mecca was important, and I had to write it, and I had to write why it was important.
And perhaps you. What are you now aiming at in your writing, and how are you going to get there?
Well, we're aiming to get more descriptive language in our writing, and to do that we need to read more descriptive books.
We're aiming to, some of the time we're doing some empathy, because we're reading a lot of biographies at the moment and writing our own, so by reading, as Colleen said, harder books and reading in a group, we can then develop our writing to make it better, to improve it.
How does your teacher show you how to improve your writing?
She makes notes on the board and on our work, and if everyone's made some sort of mistake, like missed out something, we do it as a group. If we learn together, it's easier, and then if people aren't so sure, they can ask their friends to help them out as well, not just the teacher.
And when you produce a piece of writing in your book, how do you know how to make it better?
We normally go through it and edit it, and go back, and then we swap with partners, and then they help us edit our own work to do it, and then if we're really stuck, we ask the teacher. So it's like independence in a way.
Does anything stop you from learning?
Well, sometimes there can be some distractions in class, but we don't let them bother us. We just carry on.
And is there anything else that really helps you with your learning?
Well, in our class, we've got this Venn diagram up on the wall, and it says who is a visual learner, a kinesthetic learner, or an auditory learner. And most of us are kinesthetic, I think. So we've all got different ways of learning.
And do you think your teacher uses that when she's teaching you?
Yes.
For example?
The people who learn in the same way normally group together, but they just automatically doing it without thinking that they're doing it. And the people who are a bit of everything, they normally go together because they find it easier to work in pairs or work on their own, not just in a big group maybe. Or some people prefer to draw pictures, and some people prefer to write, and some people prefer to record their voice on stuff and do slideshows and stuff.
Thank you.